Yo, what's up? It's your boy Currency 365. Hope you guys are doing well. Legends never die, they stay in our hearts. If you want to support us, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also you can come down here and hit the join button under the video or in our channel section. And you can also join our Patreon, patreon.com/currency365. And we also have Cash App and also PayPal for support if you want to sow some seeds. Peace out. God bless. Enjoy the video and keep the movement going. Legends. Bye.
Welcome to the Wealth Transfer with TC. Today, I want to talk about being in position. And if you follow this channel for some time, and this is mainly the journey that I've been on, and I've shared that journey, and we've been through the fire, the thick and thin. I want to get into, especially for those who have been following this channel for some time, that everybody should be in position and locked in with what we know, with what we've been given prophetically, and what's been spoken also in the world. And mainly I'm referring to the wealth transfer. And people need to get it out of your head as if God is causing this wealth transfer. And I'm talking about the world's definition, because there's always been wealth transfers. When we look at the top 10 times that the stock market has been at its lowest, those were wealth transfers. Now, one of the major differences is that I believe that God has shown us what is going to happen in this wealth transfer. And these things were going to happen regardless if he told us or not as far as certain events. But a lot of these events are learned through studying history, studying trading, studying what the financial experts are saying concerning the next economic collapse or the dollar collapse or what's going on in the energy sector and all these different areas of the stock market, these things that we have been learning over the years. So it's just not a prophetic thing. And I want to share that for me in this journey started in 2009 when it came to the dinar. And I had a lot of things that I went through in 2021 concerning prophecy and the wealth transfer. And over the last few years, I have been molded and shaped to think a lot differently than I did back in 2021. And in 2023 is really when we got into position. Previously, we had listened to a bunch of prophecies concerning the wealth transfer. Previously, we had listened to a lot of people in the world that were talking about the wealth transfer and how to position yourself, right? And so when it came to the prophetic in 2021, a lot of people got hurt by people giving dates and time frames, and that continued into 2022. And so when I look at where I am at today, and I go back and I look at some of the people who laid the foundation for the prophecies concerning certain parts of the wealth transfer, right? Those are the ones that I follow. Those are the ones that I originally set everything up under, right? We have a lot of new people that are trying to name and claim these prophecies for themselves, and they never acknowledge like anybody else. And that's one of the things, that's one of the ways you know that when somebody's prophesying about a particular event and they don't recognize other people who have already spoken it, that is a sure tell sign that they are trying to claim the prophecy. A lot of times you have people who try to say like, oh, I saw the dinar. What's the dinar? Like they've never heard about it before, but they've been prophesying in the wealth transfer for the last year. All right, so you have people out there like that. But being in position, being prepared according to the previous instructions, right? And we went through the fire in 2021 and in 2022. It was turmoil, right? Many people thought Bitcoin was going to keep going up, and it didn't keep going up, and actually began its crash. And then we had the Luna thing, and then everything just got absolutely crazy in the crypto markets. Interestingly enough, most prophets didn't see it. We had warnings from certain prophets about what was going to take place, but I think the majority of the wealth transfer didn't listen. So being in position, what does that really mean to me? Okay, so I'm in position, I'm prepared according to the previous instructions. So when it comes into position, it's just making sure that you have everything, right? That we've been talking about. and followed specific instructions. We have the dinar, we have the XRP, we have Shiba, we have the whole thing with the ISO coins, and right, we got the stocks, we got limit orders, right? We got so many different things that we are in position for. And when you're in position, let's just take an example like the dinar. I told you guys years ago that I felt led to stop making so many dinar videos and that we will focus only on the important things. And guess what? I didn't have to sit there and keep up on the dinar. And since then, I've only talked about important events relating to the dinar. I didn't need a daily update, right? I stopped doing daily updates a long time ago. If you look at some dinar gurus, they got to tell you and talk to you about the dinar every single day because they have nothing else to talk about. They have to keep pulling you in with dates and time frames. And I'm talking about non-prophetic. I don't need to hear anything about the budget, what's going on with the budget, or the oil and gas law, or the rate. I could care less about the rate anymore, right? We discussed that over and over and over, and many of you should be beyond that by now. If you're still talking about the rate and you've been in the dinar for longer than a year, you're not learning. And I say that because it doesn't really matter whether it comes out at $1 or $3.22 if it's reinstated. So I don't need to hear all this stuff about the dinar, right? So mainly when I'm looking at information, I'm only headline shopping. From the time that I bought dinar up until now, has anything majorly changed that has caused me to turn in my dinar? No, it has not. So all the information, all the talk of the dinar gurus, 99% of all information, you didn't need to even listen to it, right? You bought your dinars and now you sit and wait till the revaluation happens, right? People keep saying this date and that date. See, they want to try to keep you hooked. So then that way you can keep watching their videos and then they can emotionally pull you every which way in every direction all the time when you don't need to. It's a waste of time to focus on that. It's just like I see dinar videos all the time with the rate exchange, and there are people that are still doing it. Almost every single day, somebody is posting a video about the dinar rate. It's absolutely insane. And it's just like XRP. We know that XRP is going to facilitate transactions, right? That's why people have to be careful. And I've shared this with you that when it comes to your investments and what you're looking at, especially crypto markets. And you know what? I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm telling you from my perspective and from the things that I see. When it comes to XRP, we know its purpose. We know the long-term goals. I could care less about everybody spitting out, oh, I saw it at 5,000. I saw it at 10,000. I saw it at $1 million, right? All that is ridiculous, especially when it's already been predicted in the world, right? People chasing these things. I was somewhat involved in that, and that's been part of my change, and I realize how stupid and ridiculous that it is. It's just like everybody's making a big deal about Brandon prophesying XRP at 10,000. Guess what? I showed everybody articles from 2018 and 2019, and they were saying the same thing. He doesn't have any extra insight from God by saying XRP at 10,000. I could say, I believe XRP is going to be the next Bitcoin. Well, how much is Bitcoin at right now? Right? There are news articles that say XRP is the next Bitcoin. And it's currently sitting, around 60 cents? Right? So there's opportunity. It's one reason why I don't focus on the meme coins so much, because meme coins are just hit and miss. And I shared with you guys need to start looking at some of these meme projects that have been around for over a year. And there are exceptions to the rule, like Sheena, Inu, and BNB Tiger. But there's a lot of coins that have been so-called prophesied that are not moving anywhere. And you realize that if a project launches and they can't raise the money to get on an exchange within the first year, they're not going to go anywhere, because it costs on an average exchange like Bitmart, MEXC, right? Your total cost is going to be $100,000 plus maybe even maintenance fees, depending on which platform and how they do things, right? So just as an example, BNB Lion, I told you guys that developers stopped posting in the group. The developers stopped posting on Twitter. There's no updates. All the money that they made was the previous year because they had a buy-sell tax. They didn't use the buy-sell tax money. They should have raised at least $200,000 to $300,000 in the bulk of their value with that 9% sell, buy and sell tax. That means they should have had the money to get on exchanges already. So where did the money go? and they're not updating on the project anymore. So what does that mean, right? While it still has some liquidity left, I know a lot of people have sold off because it's just the signs there are obvious. So it is just like, Shiba Inu, right? We had our instructions before 2022, right? When it comes to limit orders, you have them set up. And this is important because, when we had the issue with the Shiba Inu and Coinbase canceling orders, and then you had KuCoin canceling orders, we were already in position by the middle of 2023. And this is what really, really bothers me. We were prepared according to the previous instructions. Then we have a new wave of people that come in and give us something different. So then we have the ISO coins and the stocks. I do have AMC, GME, and a number of other stocks. I would like to have more stocks, but there's nothing more that I could do to purchase all the stocks that I want. It would just be impossible for me right now. And so me learning about trading, me learning about the stock and the crypto markets, and it's shaped and molded my mind all the way up until this point. I'm looking at things a lot differently. So when it comes to stocks and limit orders, there's definitely, I think God has another plan, because there's no way that you could set up a lot of these buy limit orders for the stock market without having enough finance to buy, 100,000 stocks of XYZ stock. So we are in position, prepared according to previous instructions. Now, this is the big thing. In 2023, I've been saying we're in position, we're ready. And then you have all these new prophets that show up and start prophesying for the next following year. New prophets, new prophecies, some concerning the dinar, some concerning USDT, some concerning limit orders, some concerning crypto, some concerning the wealth transfer. Now, we've heard prophecies before, dates and time frames about the wealth transfer, and I'll get into that in another video. But going into 2024, we had new prophets and new prophecies. Some from old people who are claiming to be prophets, and some people who are completely new. All of those prophecies go against for what we were already in position for. So if God has given us the instructions and we're in position, why would you make any more moves from new prophets that nobody's heard of, or prophets who have been wrong so many times? Let's just say the dinar, right? My King Yeshua is out there placing curses on the dinar and curses on the wealth transfer and so on. And she's trying to say that the West was not going to taste the profits of the dinar and all this stuff, right? She's a UK prophet trying to prophesy over America, a so-called prophet. So I've had people tell me, and I've also seen in other groups, more than a handful of people that have sold their dinar, or even now not going to buy the dinar based off of what my King Yeshua said, whose name is Kim, said about the dinar. Not a new prophet, but it was a new prophecy. You already know that she had failed miserably with her two market crash prophecies in 2022 and in 2023. Also the wealth transfer. She prophesied all those things that was going to happen between December of 2022 and January of 2023. And she also said that there was going to be a great awakening. So all of a sudden, though, she pops back up and she's talking about the dinar and saying the West is not going to taste it and all this stuff. So what she said goes against what other people are saying. Then now, and it's not necessarily a new prophecy, but from time to time you have somebody that says USTD is going to crash. And guess what people did who were in position? Just like the dinar. They got out of position. They canceled their USTD orders and put all of their orders in USDC or USD. So they went completely out of position. And let me tell you something, folks. If USDT was to ever crash, you guys understand that we would go through a crypto winter like you have never seen before. And it's going to be years before the recovery. So when it comes to limit orders, whether it's in the stock market or the crypto market, we were in position in 2023. Then in 2024, we had some issues where Coinbase did what they did, and then also KuCoin did what they did. Even though there's like hundreds of exchanges, right? So a lot of people felt like it was an attack on the wealth transfer and so on. But I did share with you, even before those prophecies concerning limit orders came out, that they were already putting in limit orders anyway, right? Just like for Bitcoin. I shared with you guys people who were preparing for a flash crash, and that it had nothing to do with prophecy, it had nothing to do with God. Is just that it's one of the things that happens, and some people benefit from it, and spending a few dollars on some orders can't hurt you in the long run, especially if it happens. But when those orders got canceled, we got a strange word to not reset your limit orders, that your faith will keep your limit orders filled anyway, even though that they're canceled. And then you have new people that are prophesying pricing points and all this stuff, and so everybody's scrambling to change their orders and all this stuff. Look, folks, we're already in position according to previous instructions. You're letting new prophecies and these new prophets speak something that goes against what we were already told. Now, listen to this. Going into 2024, we had some very important prophecies. One that came from Brandon Briggs from Last Days. He's very popular, even though his prophecy concerning Trump has not been all the way fulfilled, because there's no evidence of him worshiping on his knees. There's no evidence of him being on fire for Jesus. And he got some other things wrong when it came to the bullet itself. But this is what he said. He said that there would be a crypto explosion going into 2024. And going into 2024, with this crypto explosion, January, February, March, April, May, would be supernatural outpouring. The interest rates would drop in spring. The wealth transfer would happen in the spring of 2024. And the issue with the interest rates was going to lead to the economy bubbling and then eventually tanking, or the bubble would burst because of the interest rates. They kept lowering interest rates, right? Well, none of those things took place. So every single one of his financial prophecies have failed. And I told you guys that his dinar prophecy would be the most important prophecy that you hear. And there was a reason why God had me put that in there, because you see what is happening now. People are going over his past prophecies and saying that he's failed here, 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 and here, here, all over the place. Right? Now, it's to the point to where this is what has happened in the wealth transfer and what has happened in the prophetic community, because this even came from himself, that if his prophecy doesn't come to pass, that means we prayed it away, or that God changed his mind. So now we are at a point where prophets now can be wrong. They just make the excuses now. And this is very dangerous for 2024 going into 2025. I don't care how somebody seems sincere, but they've had many false prophecies, and they're spewing the same false prophecies they did 10 years ago. And he's been wrong about every financial prophecy since he started. He doesn't do anything but regurgitate mostly everything that he has said concerning the financial markets. Mostly everything he said was actually prophesied by somebody else before. He's the one who's getting all the glory for all these different prophecies that other people had already spoken who don't have big ministries. It's just like oil over 200, right? Christopher Harris saw that many years ago, right? But now he's saying it because other people have copied Christopher Harris, like Robin Cunningham and other people. And so we have all these new people. And I'm just going to say that these people are not hearing from God at all whatsoever. Because if they were, their words would have came to pass. So we are in position, folks. And that's why I'm not listening to any of these other people's prophecies. Because if they're saying that things can change, God can change his mind, then every prophecy in the Bible, that means can be changed too. Maybe the mark of the beast isn't on the right hand. Maybe it's on the left hand. Maybe instead of in the forehead, it's in the chest. So don't let people take you out of position. They're doing it. They did it with the dinar prophecies. They're doing it with the USDT prophecies. They're doing it with the limit order prophecies. And then because you're listening to prophecies from like Brandon, and you're putting yourself into a position that God has never told you to be in to begin with. So folks, this is encouragement for those who have been positioned, and that you don't waver by every new prophet that speaks. You don't waver anytime an old prophet who's been wrong all the time speaks. You don't waver when it comes to anybody spewing out anything that's different than what we already know. Just wait. That's all you have to do. If you want bonuses when it comes to the finance, then learn how to trade. Most of you I know are buyers and holders, and you're waiting for those different moments, whether it's the stocks or cryptos. But if you want more than that, then you're going to have to learn. You're not going to get peppy rich, okay? Because it takes you to lose money to make money. So anyways, folks, that is all that I have for this today. I thank you guys for listening. God bless. TC out.